I'm also watching Walmart today, more interestingly. There's a real breakdown going on. Bakes, pull up that chart. If you take Walmart off the name, that's an icky looking chart right there, And I think we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, nothing good happens under the 200 day. And boy, is this exhibit A, it doesn't matter how big you are. That's an immutable law of nature. That's aging, death, and balding in terms of what happens with technicals once you get under the 200 day. And so they're actually having a much worse day than they were down 5% today, which is a big deal for a company that size.
On a gap down with the relative strength line confirming, and look at the volume, which has been doing this. This is a series of gap downs going over the last couple of months. What's their sin today?
And that's just it. Not much. Yeah. And so I think that people are just sort of working their way through okay, who's not going to make a ton of money and who's been investing in AI and everything else quite a bit. Walmart's guilty of both those things. I've argued here before, elsewhere, and I just kind of believe, so I'll run my mouth whenever, that there are companies that are going to benefit. Amazon and Walmart are two of them, where you have a real clear line to profits. You're not just betting on bigger, better, faster LLMs that get their energy from space or the planet Plutron or something. It's not a real pie in the sky thing to realize that kind of agentic shopping is a huge deal if you carry 1 million products and you're trying to get them to customer stores in 2 hours. That's huge. The amount people are willing to pay for that can vary quite a bit. Walmart's not cheap here. I'm long them in a taxable account. I was younger and smarter then. It's not really a boast. It's more, I go from feeling trapped to feeling smug about it, and a little bit of both. I don't think we go down 50% to make it worth selling. It's a Lulu catastrophe doesn't seem to be looming, but it's not good. And, we're
Bakes, where on the chart is support? Where do you start? Where does this start getting interesting?
$100. It's been touched a bunch of times since April of last year, and it's a logical, round numbers. It's just a logical place for it. And that's, only $8, but even still. And then I always like to find out, how does it act when it gets there? If the volume picks up and slices through it like butter, that's a bigger problem. If the volume evaporates and it stalls and comes down like a feather versus a brick, then I'm more interested. But right now it's...
Especially down, by the time it gets there, it'll be down nearly 30%. So that's a meaningful little yoink there. It's not a cheap stock. Again, I've owned it for years, and, you're picking stocks that you'd want to buy. That's not a stock I would want to buy. And if there's a way to figure out how to make money off it hitting 100, maybe there's a Kalshi bet. It should be, it's honestly, this is just an expensive thing to try to find an options trade for a 7% move, even for something as big and staid as Walmart. But I would be happy to stand on a street corner and just have the suckers come to me and my little cardboard table and just bet whether or not Walmart hits 100, because it looks like it's going there.
So sell $100 puts. Take what you
can do that. It's, I'm not sure how panicky people are. Not other people aren't really talking about it. It's just an oddity to me because, Nike had the balls to blame the consumer. I'm sure whatever, it's the reason that Walmart is down is going to get laid at some point on the consumer, but the consumer's pretty much fine. That's going to work itself out just fine. Spoiler, we're not morons. People have been worried about the consumer plenty of times in the past. Data's just not there. We're just spending.
What's going on at Walmart here? Why down 20+% here?
They're spending a lot of money. They're doing a lot of different stuff. They're trying to grow an ad business. They're not ad people. It's on a realistic basis. They're taking share from Amazon, kind of. They're both taking so much damn share from everybody online that it's hard to really, pick on either one of them. They're $150 billion internet business at this point, which is second by 900 miles. They are way ahead in that race. So, and they make money doing it. That's good.